Okay, so these will be the video directions for the second part, or the second drawing of the angle wheel assembly. We just completed the first one in the last video, so we'll continue on by logging into our home page and coming down into the assemblies folder. Again, going into the angle wheel assembly folder itself. And we just completed the wheel component and connecting rod in the previous video, so what I want to focus on now is the base and connector block. So I'm going to left click on the file here. Now again, I'm not a fan of this small screen, so I'm going to go ahead and download this. And I'm going to open it with an Adobe Acrobat Reader. This will then allow me to go to full screen, so it makes it a little bit easier to see. Maximize my view. Now I'm going to start with the base here, okay? And again, create a plan before I go into this. So looking at this, we're looking in here at the front view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in 3 steps, basically a cake method. I'm going to start with a rectangle. I will then do the rectangle on the front plane. I will extrude that rectangle 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to go on the front face here and draw one circle, extrude it out 200 millimeters. Then I'm going to go back on this first surface again, create a second circle, and extrude that out at 40. Once we're done with that, we'll add our material. We'll go ahead and add the color, save this part, and then we'll get on to the connector block. So putting our plan into action, get my SolidWorks up and running. I'm going to go ahead and close out my previous part. Actually, I'll go ahead and close out the previous parts in the previous drawing that we just did. And I'm going to go ahead and start fresh with a file new. I'm going to start with a metric part and say OK. And what I'm going to start is on the front plane with a new sketch. I'm going to start with, sketch. I'm going to go with a corner rectangle. I'm going to start at the origin and draw a rectangle up and to my right. Hit my F key to center it up, and then turn on my Smart Dimension tool to dimension this into size. I'm going to hit the top line right here to a total distance of 500 millimeters. I'm going to hit the side right here to 50. Now again, I'm getting that from this dimension here of 500 and this height of 50. I'm now going to go back and I'm going to do my features, extruded boss base, and extrude this out 10 millimeters. Hit my check mark. Now I'm going to add my material on here. So today this is going to be alloy steel. So I'm going to go over here to my materials, not specified, right click and edit, and go to an alloy steel. Apply and close. Now I'm going to highlight this front face right here. Start a new sketch, spacebar normal to, and start with a circle to this right hand side. I'm going to dimension that circle to a diameter of 20 millimeters. And then I'm going to take from the center to the far right edge here 25 millimeters. And from this center to the top edge here will also be 25 millimeters. Now that it's fully defined, I will now go to Features, Extruded Boss Base. I'll rotate so you can see this. But I'm going to extrude this out 200 millimeters. And hit enter. I'm now going to repeat this procedure on the other side, but only make that one 40 millimeters long. So I'm going to go here to this side and start a new sketch, spacebar, normal to. Take my circle tool, draw a circle to the left-hand side, dimension this circle to a diameter of 20 millimeters. Now in this case, from the center to the top will also be 25 millimeters. And then from this very far side over here to the very edge here will be 25 plus 440 for a total distance of 465 millimeters. I will now go to my feature toolbar. I'm going to go ahead and extrude boss base a distance of 40 millimeters and hit my check mark. There is your finished part. So I'm going to go up here where it says part at the top of my design tree and right click, left click the beach ball, left click this ball here, and add in a light blue color. I'll go with this one. Check. I'm going to go ahead and do a file save as. I'm going to save this as base, my caps lock on, and underscore my last name. Hit save. Go ahead and let's get our mass properties under the Evaluate tab. Mass properties. I see 2,505.57 grams. At this point, you can go ahead and print this if you'd like. Bring it back to your table, and when you're done, go ahead and close out your mass properties. Now that the base is done, what we're going to do now is focus in on the second part, which is the connector block. So looking at this, again, creating a plan, I'm going to start on the front plane here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a rectangle. I'm going to make that rectangle 200 millimeters long by 17 tall. And then I'm going to use a tool we haven't used recently, but we used a lot in the beginning of the year, which is the offset tool. I will then offset this rectangle on the outside in 3 millimeters. And then I will extrude this combination across 20 millimeters. Putting this into plan by starting File New, Metric, and OK, I will highlight the front plane and start a new sketch. I'm going to use my quarter rectangle one more time. Click and pull up. Make this rectangle according to our PDF file here, 200 millimeters long and 17 tall. So I'm going to go ahead with my Smart Dimension tool, F key to center, 200 millimeters in length, 17 millimeters in height. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Offset Entities tool, click on this outside rectangle, reverse the direction, and make it 3 millimeters. So now I took this entire outside rectangle and have copied it to the inside. I will then take a check mark, and then I'm going to take this right here and go to my features and extrude this right here 20 total millimeters. 20. Check mark. So now I have kind of a hollow tube. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my material on this, and the material we're looking at for this part here is going to be a 1350 aluminum alloy. So I'll go back into SOLIDWORKS here, right-click my material, edit material, minimize steel, expand aluminum alloys. 1350 alloy, apply, and close. Now I'm going to use this top surface, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to basically offset a rectangle 3 millimeters in from all these edges. So I'm going to highlight this top surface, hit sketch, spacebar, normal to. And now I'm going to click on this offset tool. Okay, now if you're outside here and you hit offset, all you have to do to make this work is click on this right here, the top surface, and hit reverse. It will automatically create sketch lines for you off that surface's edge. I'll hit my check mark, and now I have a rectangle that is 3 millimeters inside all edges. All I'm going to do now is go to Features, Extruded Cut, and do a Through All. Hit your check mark, and now you have the basic form of the cage. The last step of this is to go to this far right end, start a new sketch with a spacebar normal to, and construct a circle approximately in the middle. The circle will have a diameter of 20 millimeters. Oh, excuse me, not 20, sorry, 10 millimeters. If I recall correctly, get this up and running. It is 10 millimeters. My apologies, too big. It will be 8.5 from the top. It's going to be 10 millimeters from the side. I'll make this so you can see it at 8.5. Now with that done, I'll go to my isometric view. And now I'm going to go to Features, Extruded Cut, and drop this to Through All. Hit my check mark. I'm now going to go up here to the title at the top of my design tree and right click, left click the beach ball, left click the silver ball, and add a purplish color. Hit my check mark, file save as, and I'm going to call this connecting block. Underscore my last name, and hit save. Go to your Evaluate tab, Mass Properties. I see 23.09 grams. So go ahead and print your Mass Properties, go collect it and bring it back to your desk, and then close your Mass Properties page. This piece is done. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and create the drawing that goes with it. So we're just going to go ahead and do another GHSB metric. Now there's nothing fancy with this one. This is simply just a front, top, right side isometric, front, top, right side isometric. This one will be pretty quick to put together. So going back into this part here, I'm going to do a File New, GHSB metric, OK. F key to center up. I'm going to double click the base first, do a front view, hidden lines on, and the scale for this, I'm going to need to go back and peek, but the scales for these are going to be as indicated. So this one will be at 1 to 4, with the purple one being at 1 to 2. So going back into this, I will make the scale, in this case, 1 to 4. I will then put a front view, a top view, a right side, and an isometric. Hit escape to deactivate. Turn the color on, highlight any black lines, and delete them. I will then go back to my view layout, model view, connecting block. This one will start from a front view, hidden lines on, scale at 1 to 2. Again, I'll start with a front, a top, a right side, and I'll take an isometric here and then escape and move it over to this point here. I'll go ahead and add some color, and then again verify there's no black lines in there, delete them out. Now with this done, I will go over here to my annotation toolbar, model items, entire model, import into all views, and check mark. Now I got to go through and clean things up, so I'm going to have to take a peek at the other one. So looking at this one here, actually I'm going to close this one out. Okay, I see a 440, 500, 25, 2550, so I'm going to go in here and start cleaning this up. So go into this drawing here. I see my 50, that looks good. I'll throw those arrows inside. There's my 25, my 20, my other 25. This should be, instead of 465, I will take that one off and add in from circle to circle 440, 500, and then get rid of this 25 and this 20. I will come over here and add the note of TYP and adjust as necessary. Okay, and this one view is done. I'll take this 200 off, keep that 10 in place, and then I'm going to take from the very back to this very front for my 210. This is now all done. So what I'm going to do at this point, just make a couple quick adjustments. I'll slide this down a little bit lower. And now what I'm going to do is come over here to my PDF file. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this note. Control C for copy. Come back over into my drawing. Turn on my note tool. Drop the note about here and do a Control V. Highlight the entire note and double check its font size 12. That it's centered and that your top line is bold and underlined. Double click your X's right here. Look at your mass property sheet and type in what the mass says there. Do not leave these as X's alone. As soon as you're done with that, click outside and hit escape. This lower part of the drawing is now complete. And I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit lower and put that there. Okay, looking up here, I'll go back to my PDF file, take a peek. Looks like I need a 3, a 194, a 200. Oops, sorry there. Go back up. And get those dimensions with the 11 in there. Okay, I see the 17. I'm going to use my shift key and bring the 17 over to here. The 10 looks good, but I'm going to take the shift key here and drag the 20 down to here. The 10 will stay right there. That one will be a 10. I believe that says through, if I'm correct. It does. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and flip that to the other side and then type in my THRU on this side. Okay, that looks good. You can slide that in a little bit more. Okay, the 200 looks good here. I'm going to take the 3 to this side, and then I'm going to take the inside from here to here and pull that down here and flip my arrowheads. So you have 11 and 3 there. So again, matching this up, 11 and 3, I need to add the 194. So I'll click this inside line. There's my 194. Okay, so this view is complete. I'm going to move the 3 way over to this side. Same thing over here. Click this inside line here for 14. And I believe that is all I have left to do. I'm going to do the 194 and the 3 again. Okay, so I'll add a 3 over here from here to here. And this inside line will be 194. At this point, I'm going to go over to my PDF file, copy that note, Control copy, come over here and turn on my note tool and do a Control V. Highlight and center. Take the top line, make sure it's bold and underline. Don't forget to change your XX.X into an actual mass. At this point, my drawing is done here. This is going to be sheet 2 of 3. This is going to be called base and connector block. Scale is going to be as indicated. That's in the note. Center that up. Drawn by your first initial last name. Today's date, 02/05/20. Put in your period. And last but not least, check by myself, R. Combs. As soon as you have all that done and your drawing is completely correct, all the dimensions are in the right spots, titles are there, and masses are shown, go ahead and do a file save as. I'm going to say this is base and connector block. And hit save. Save all. And at this point, go ahead and print this product right here, fold in half, and put it in your collection box. Again, use this video to your advantage to get this drawing done. Pause, rewind, speed forward as necessary. This drawing is due at the end of